Night.
All right, we're back for episode 19. I'm Mike.
I'm Fred.
I'm Rob.
And we are the Idiot Circle. All right,
So, hey,
guys.
how's everybody?
You are idiots.
Yeah. How are you guys doing? It seems like I haven't talked to you guys in a while.
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Oh, you fucker. Dirty cocksucker.
Us guys are doing good. You know what I'm saying?
You know?
Yeah. Well, I seen that the other day. Oh my God.
I seen you were doing good.
Yeah. Well, I'm just getting over my second bout of COVID. So lucky me.
So you're officially a COVID warrior, I think is what
Yes.
the term is.
I am the ultimate warrior.
Nice. Nice. You wish you were the ultimate
No
warrior.
shit.
I wonder what he looks like
he's
now.
dead.
He's dead.
Oh, is he dead?
Yeah.
He looks pretty bad.
He looks like this.
He looks pretty skinny.
Him and Dwayne Haskins look about the same.
Oh, too soon.
I went by
soon.
that site today too.
And
I drove by that area. Yeah.
Oh, did
Too
you?
soon.
I think Haskins might be looking a little better than. How long ago did the Ultimate Warrior die?
No, about
A while.
6 years ago.
Oh yeah, he's worm food by now, right?
Oof.
Yeah, but he looks so good. You figure he's got to preserve a little bit, right? I mean, it was the Ultimate Warrior.
Do the steroids preserve you like embalming fluid or?
Oh, man, that's a good question.
That's a good question.
Would they open up his grave and he looked the same way now as he did when he died?
He'd get up and go.
Oh God.
No,
That's
Lord.
funny. All right, Fred, you want to kick us off with a topic?
Kick us
Sure.
off, Freddie.
All right. So I want to start out with this topic about the golfers resigning from the PGA Tour and switching over this Saudi Arabian golf league, which is called the LIV Tour, which the LIV is Roman numeral for 54, because that's the best score that you can get ever for a perfect round. But the thing is what's surprising is the fact is the golfers that are leaving the PGA Tour. And so here are some of the names that are leaving. Obviously, we know that it all started with Phil Mickelson. And Phil Mickelson has had an issue with a lot, with the PGA Tour over the last, 2 or 3 years. He's had some off and on the links kind of issues. But
What
Phil
are those? I mean, I don't even.
Well,
for the people who are not golf fans,
right.
I think set the stage.
I think there's been some gambling issues and things of that sort, and I think there's some restrictions that the PGA Tour isn't allowing these guys to take advantage of, or the PGA Tour is taking advantage of them. But the list is growing. I thought it was no way that people would start leaving the PGA Tour to go that, because the PGA Tour is the thing that pretty much got all the guys here that are multimillionaires from playing a game. So, but it's shocking to find some of the names that are on this list. So Phil Mickelson is one. Bryson DeChambeau, Dustin Johnson, Martin Keimer, Sergio Garcia, Charles Schwartzel, Graham McDowell, Louis Oosthuizen, and Kevin Na. Now, mind you, 4 of those guys have completely resigned from the PGA Tour. They'll still play like open tours and stuff like that, but it's just unbelievable that the guys, they're biting. To me, they're biting the hand that feeds them. But the thing is it's coming down to the fact where they tried to get Tiger Woods, he refused. Rory McIlroy, he refused, because obviously due to the respect to the PGA Tour, because that's what
Well,
that's
let's
where they
first take a look. The PGA Tour is prestigious and elitist.
Yes.
However, that's what we want it to be, right? I mean, this is not the NBA. This is PGA. There is a separation. That's how we want it. They play at the finest country clubs around the country and the world, and they've made a lot of money. But from my understanding, Fred, this new league is throwing, instead of guaranteeing them like 240 million to sign with the new, that's what Dustin Johnson was offered. So he said I heard this on the radio today, that he said in an interview, well, I'll never have to worry about working again if I sign this contract. He made 44 million last year. Like the stupid, if the stupid motherfucker is going to ever have to work again in his life anyway.
Rob, you can't fix stupid.
Unless he has a raging coke habit or some shit.
And he used to be a cokehead, and he's married to Wayne Gretzky's
Gretzky's
daughter
wife, or
Paulina,
daughter, yeah.
who's a smoke show.
But I think it's funny. I think to me, just, you know me, I like to go out on a limb. I make bold statements. I think it's all going to backfire in their faces. I really do.
I think you're going to see the PGA Tour kind of turn their backs to these people, and it's unfortunate. I mean, Phil Mickelson, I think, he's, to me, it's one of those things where you take your baseball bat and ball and go home. I mean, he's just being a Karen about this whole thing.
Karen,
I have zero sympathy for any professional sports league, to be honest, because Jesus Christ, these guys, the athletes get paid an inordinate amount of money. The owners make an inordinate amount of money.
Yet they feel like they don't make anything.
Yeah, I know, it's so stupid. So it's hard to feel bad for the PGA. Like, oh my God, the PGA, who gives a flying fuck? I mean,
the funny thing is I want you to think about this. So is there ever going to be a league again that can challenge the NBA?
No.
Will there ever be a league that ever challenges the NFL?
I think we're witnessing that again with the flop of the USFL. So I'll say.
Okay. Will there ever be a challenge for the Major League Baseball?
In what respect?
I mean, where
take over
those particular leagues are going to be.
If they're stealing top players from the league, I mean, is that not topping the league? I mean,
no, that's what I'm saying, because this is where the PGA Tour could be in some serious trouble.
Well, here's the thing.
But the thing is back in the day, the ABA and the NBA coexisted together, and the USFL would have survived if they wouldn't have got greedy and Trump moved them to challenge them during the fall. And if he would have kept them in the spring, that league would have never folded.
What the Trump card is sponsorship dollars. That's what drives the leagues, both of them. And neither any of them have ever been affected, nor will they. This new league won't get the sponsorship dollars like the PGA does. The USFL will never get the sponsorship dollars like the NFL does.
But the Saudi Arabia doesn't. They don't need sponsorship. They're one of the richest countries in the world. They got money to burn, literally burn.
Yeah, but to be successful, well, they do have money to burn. But just like Fred said, some of these guys, there's only been a few to come over, and out of the list he read, there's probably only 4 or 5 that are really, really, really the top talent in that league. And so they're not going to get any more, I don't think. Tiger Woods already said no. Rory said no. Jordan Spieth said no. That's your talent. I would like
to let you know that most of these people either have won the Masters, the US Open, and have been involved in the Ryder Cup almost.
Well, let's just count the Master winners, because that's the real money, and that's the Super Bowl of golf.
Right.
So who are the Master winners that are on there?
Phil Mickelson, Dustin Johnson.
Yeah.
Louis Oosthuizen.
Yeah, and that's it.
And I think Graham McDowell.
I would have to check that.
And then some of I might be wrong with that, but I know Graham McDowell has won the British Open.
I know DeChambeau was in the running for it like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But this sounds like, I mean,
but this is just the start.
I know, but these guys don't, in Saudi Arabia, they don't care about money. To me, this is this is a lot like the Roman Empire with the freaking gladiators. But these guys are puppets. They're just there for their entertainment. People in the U.S. think they're rich. They're not Saudi Arabia rich. That's
No,
for
but
damn sure.
but there's still a difference between rich and prestige in these sports, right? So
Not to
the
them.
Sweden Hockey League may have more money than the NHL. However, everybody wants to play in the NHL.
Yeah, but I mean, they will
The European
survive.
Basketball League pays sometimes more than the NBA. But where do they want to play? The NBA.
Yeah,
Right.
I know, but there will be some people that play there. There's no question.
Oh, sure, but what I'm saying is it'll never bring down PGA.
No. There's still going to be There's still going to be people in the PGA. There's no question there. Just for the same reasons that you just described. But I don't think they care about that in Saudi Arabia. Whatever.
Okay, so
they
let
don't care.
me ask you this, Rob.
It's the players, though.
Right.
Yeah. So let me ask you, Rob. One of the up and coming guys that are coming up, this Will Safaritis or whatever his name is.
Uh-huh.
Bless you.
I know, right? I think he's 22 or 24 years old.
Yeah.
And what if they invite him over and say, "Hey, we want you to come over and we'll pay you 240 million."
Yeah.
But do you stay loyal to the PGA Tour and try to continue to keep your pro tour card, or do you go over there and make a killing?
Here's what I say, Fred. I hope the PGA is high level enough not to shun these guys that want to do it, right? I mean, if you're Dustin Johnson and you go sign the money and go and then decide, hey, this really wasn't at all what it's cracked out to be, that they would bring him back to the PGA and just, because they should be above it. Same thing with this young kid. If he decides to go get the money, let him go get the money. Let him take the money. But if he comes back and if he's really the talent he is, then embrace him if he decides to come to the PGA.
And I totally agree with that. But we're talking about the PGA, all the snooty. We're talking people in the Masters where they won't let you watch Thursday, Friday, Saturday. They only let you play Sunday, and you can't watch the front nine and the back nine. All that bullshit. And the women can't be. Women can't be here. Those people can go spit.
Well, it's what makes the PGA, and that's one of the reasons it has the draw that it does. Let's face it, what drives the PGA and quite frankly Nike Sports in this country. Nike Sports does absolutely nothing in sales in this country. It's now driven in the European markets. What saved it in North America was the middle-aged white male buying their golf stuff. That's what saves it. And that's because that's who watches the PGA. And that's what makes those dollars strong.
So are you saying PGA, Nike's not making any money off of the NBA? Well,
their sales in North America for everything but their golf gear is absolutely absurd. And they've set a platform to have these other nowhere. If they would have stayed their course where they were 20 years ago, would there ever be an Under Armour? There would ever be all these other companies that have come in and take market share in this country away from Nike, and they have. If you look at the reporting of sales in the U.S., other than their golf sales, it's abysmal. But their European sales in the last 20 years have gone up, where they're everything but golf sales in North America have gone down.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know
golf has saved it. In North America, their golf sales is like 70% of their gear. 70%.
Wow.
But they made a big commitment to golf about 15 years ago.
Yeah, with Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
I mean, if the PGA is going to be, we know they're assholes. They've proven it. So it wouldn't
That's
be
what I love about them.
Big, smelly, hairy assholes.
I couldn't watch golf if you paid me,
man. I can't either, Mike. I can't. I try. I watched the back nine of the Masters on Sunday. That's the only time I really watch it.
Yeah, I watch it quite a bit. And, if I'm with my brother-in-law, Jeff, who who's a big golfer, and when he and I were
Just retired
having-
this week, right? Jeff
yes,
did?
he retired last Wednesday, and congratulations, Jeff Green.
Congrats, Jeff. And they just had an
he's-
anniversary, right? 26
Yep, and they had an
years?
anniversary yesterday, I believe.
Nice.
And the
2 days
streets
ago.
of Port Huron or the freeways around St. Clair County are a little less safer now.
Yeah.
That's right. Jeff's a great man, and I couldn't ask for a better brother-in-law.
Don't cry, Fred.
I'm not.
No, why do you tell him that? We have more viewers when he cries, Mike. Why are you saying shit like that? Damn it.
Yeah,
This
fuck
is
you.
what it sounds like when Fred cries.
It's probably, some people are probably using it as a drinking game. He's crying.
Yeah. I haven't done it that many times. What is this, Roxanne?
That's awesome.
Yeah, you
That's
guys are
fucking
fucking
awesome.
dicks.
We are total dicks.
Okay,
No
so I
question.
have a little thing to bring to the table, and Mike and I have talked about it pretty extensively, and I think you and I have talked about it a little bit, Fred, and that is Top Gun Maverick.
Top
Wow.
Gun Maverick.
Right? Look at the sales, what it's been able to do. It's the #1 grossing movie ever in the first 2 weeks, I think, or something like that.
Ever?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they're reporting that the sales for the first 2 weeks or 3 weeks are uncharted, that they've never seen before. They knew they would get our demographic, but what they didn't know is they were going to get every demographic. And I have a reason. I have a feeling why this is happening, Mike.
Well, you're the marketing expert, so let's hear it.
Oh, I am. Well, I didn't know that, but I'll take it. I am the czar. I didn't know it was also marketing.
Well, you know Nike's
Kazar.
market
What do you call
share,
me,
their-
Kazar?
There's the Kazar. You know Nike's market share, all this shit. It's
Yep.
like,
Yeah, I'm just gonna go to Rob for retirement advice.
Yeah,
Sales
no
Mr.
shit.
Answer Me. Retirement advice. Yeah, send me all your money. I'll be your financial planner. No
oh
problem.
boy, don't do
Oh.
that.
Fred, just send me your cards, all the baseball cards. I'll get them all worked out.
Yeah. Good idea.
So here's my theory. In the last 20 years, we've really seen Hollywood take a downturn, right? I mean,
Agree.
Total dump.
that have come up, it's just been blasé. Kind of Hollywood dictates to us how we should live our lives, what we should accept in our lives. And this is the movie. And I thought about it about a week after I saw it. I had to internalize it, Mike. This movie, for me, is one that has been made in the last 20 years that has finally told the truth. The truth being, whoever was the casting director should get an Academy Award because they held true to the original demographics of the class that was there in Top Gun before. And they weren't beholden to by Hollywood, or they didn't put too many of one certain types of people in this movie that the demographics didn't propose from the first one, or what's really in like a Top Gun class. We didn't see the girl power, overplayed girl power that we've seen in Hollywood movies.
Like it's a bad.
Well, let's face it, we know
Yeah,
that.
just do me one favor. Do not spoil it. I have not seen it yet.
No, I'm not going to tell you any plot stuff. But here's the thing: we all know, everybody knows, men and women are equal, but we come to that equality at different strengths and weaknesses, right? And for the longest time in Hollywood, we told a different story. So I'm glad that they held to the truth of this one. And let's face it, the last 15 or 20 years, every movie we've seen the millennials be the smarter ones, the stronger ones. They always win. And this movie definitely puts them in their place, which kudos to Hollywood for doing that.
He sounds like a boomer, doesn't he?
I wonder what category you're in, Rob.
Well, let's face it. I mean, we always watch them. Just because they can Google information, they think they're, the cat's meow. Listen, if you're under 30 years old, you're a gnat. No, you're an amoeba. No, you're a penis hole on an amoeba. That's what you are. Unless your parents and grandparents think otherwise. you're a gnat. You're just this minute in the cosmos of everything in world and space.
Well, isn't every person?
Well, but when people get to a certain age, Mike, we make more money, we make better decisions, we become parents, we buy more things, we help contribute to the lives of others with our spouses and children. They seem to think that they've already are there. That's what I'm saying. The good news for the millennial is at this stage of your life, you're supposed to be a penis hole on a gnat. I mean, that's where you're supposed to be in life until you get experience, wisdom, and knowledge. And that's what really played through in this movie with Tom Cruise is his wisdom, his experience, and his knowledge. Finally, we superseded them, which is the truth. That's the truth. But we
obviously
Hollywood different.
We grew up in a different era where, if you played baseball, if you
we
didn't
were
get,
penis holes
you,
on nets.
well, sure, for that time frame, but when we played baseball, you didn't get a trophy unless you finished in first place. We weren't told
that's not true. They had second and third place trophies.
Well,
yeah, but they were much smaller than first.
There was this thing called the Olympics where they had gold, silver, and bronze. Have you heard?
Well, okay, I'm just talking about as far as
nobody remembers silver and bronze, Mike.
Right. I know that, but they still handed out the medals.
So it's just saying that if you really wanted the trophy and you wanted to be in first place or be on the best team, you knew you had to go out and work harder. Your parents didn't sit there and sit there and wipe your butt and tell you how awesome you were and you're special. And if you wanted money, it wasn't just handed to you. You had to go out and get a job, or you had to work, or you do chores or something like that. The kids today, the sense of entitlement, they grew up, they don't know how to lose and how to rebound from losing to learn how to win because of just participation trophies and medals and things of that sort.
So is that their fault, or is that
no? It's not.
Fault?
It's our generation.
Not all their fault. No,
it's our generation's fault because they realized how much. They realized we were all little assholes back in the day, and we're not gonna have our kids turn into younger assholes that are part of us. I mean, so the thing is they, there's a lot of people that I've ran into that we went to school with that, let's just say that they weren't in that upper echelon group of people of hanging out with, which I could care less which group they were in, but they're completely different as parents than they were when they were in high school. And I have people that I know who act all elitist and like, oh, I never did anything like that. And I'm like, seriously?
Yeah.
Let me give you about 5 stories I have about you when you were in high school. Weren't you living with us for 2 months and you got pregnant at 16 or whatever? I mean, you're
specific.
Well, I'm just using as an example. And you're
calling somebody out.
But you're
Freddie goes, oh.
You're sitting there like, and you just sit there and you go, I'm calling bullshit. You just call bullshit on some of these people that act like, well, I never did. Dude, seriously.
Mike, I love the people that tell us, oh, I have a really good relationship with my kids. They don't smoke, drink, or have sex or do drugs. And I'm like, Fred and my moms used to say that about us too.
Yeah. It's well, I mean, can that contribute to their sense of entitlement if their parents think they do no wrong? I think it's the parents' fault more than the kids. A kid growing up, that's learned behavior, right? They don't come out of the womb and say, you know what, I'm entitled to everything. Their parents teach them it. So honestly, if we're gonna knock
lay the blame,
we're gonna knock on millennials, look in the fucking mirror. We're the ones that did it then.
Sure. And to be honest with you, like I said, I used to, when I got older, I before my mom passed away, I used to, I sat there and talked to her and said, I wish you guys would have been a little bit more strict with me, so I could have been a little bit more focused and had a little bit more discipline, so as an adult, I mean, I would strive to be this or that, or, I would have done better in school, da, 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 da. I'm not saying that I'm blaming them for everything, but it would have been nice to, to have some consequences. And you see a lot of kids who do things that are like, shocking, to either to their parents, or the way they act to other adults, or the way they treat teachers, but yet there's no consequences. They just let it go because they don't want any hard feelings, or want to deal with any kind of confrontation.
If you're that parent that your kid comes home and he got in trouble at school, and you run to the school to blame the teacher, shame on you. If I came home and I got in trouble, I got my ass whipped.
Can you imagine the times I've gotten in trouble and I had to deal with my dad? And we know how big a mammoth of a man he was. Holy shit.
It's just, I can't, that's the one thing that I can't stand. I mean, we pay these teachers almost nothing. They're there to
It's ridiculous.
do a job. And then
in Europe, they get paid as much as a lawyer or a doctor. They should be being paid. They should be paid as much as that, because of the shit that they have to put up with.
I would like to take the lawyer pay and bring it way down and pay the teacher more. If you ask me to tell you the truth, Fred.
And doctor pay. I mean, come on, it's ridiculous.
Right.
But I mean, teachers don't have a chance. They just they get it from all sides. They get it from
a no-win, Mike.
Administration. They get it from the kids. They get it from the parents.
They get it because they get it from their own the MEA.
Yeah, God forbid they're a coach, and it's even more abuse after school on your own time. Basically,
getting paid almost next to nothing.
Bullshit, man.
That's right.
Kids can get up in teachers' faces. They can spit on them. They can hit them. The teachers can't do anything. I personally know of a person that got fired because a kid spit in their face, and she slapped the kid across the face.
Good for her.
You're done. They fired her.
Good for her. I'd hire her.
I'd sue. I'd sue the school district.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, honestly, it started going downhill with our generation. That's when it started. That's when the tables turned.
Mike, you're blaming it all on us. I'm not sure I can handle this.
I am, because
you are.
Think of our parents when they were kids. What happened? I mean, especially, my mom and dad went to Catholic school. Your mom and dad's probably did too. The nuns used to beat the shit out of the kids.
Oh,
man.
Yeah.
And what happened? Nothing happened to them.
Here I come to blame it on the millennials and the boomers, and Mike turns around and blames it on us. Typical Mike.
I mean, am I wrong?
You're making me take a hard look at myself, and I just don't like it right now.
Well, I mean,
aren't we talking about Top Gun Maverick?
Yes, we were talking about Top Gun Maverick.
Your kid's only 8 years old. You still have a fighting chance.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. We just went total squirrel.
How did we even get on this topic? He mentioned millennials, I guess.
Listen. So I just think hopefully it sends a message to Hollywood to make a fresh new start to look at things. I'm being the optimist, Mike. Let me be the optimist.
That's what you do. You're the optimist, and I'm the realist. It's not going to change.
Pessimist.
Well, so, Ricky Gervais calling him out year after year on the Golden Globes. Did that change anything? No, they don't give a fuck.
I watched it the other night, the new comedy special.
Isn't that good?
It's awesome.
It's really good. You got to watch it, Fred. Have you watched it yet?
No, I don't like Ricky Gervais.
Dude. Oh my God, Fred, he speaks the truth.
Yes. It's awesome.
Right. I'll give it a whirl and see what I think.
Give it a whirl.
You'll like it.
I loved his last appearance on the Golden Globe. That was fantastic. Yeah. None of you have gone to school any longer than Greta Thunberg. I'm like, oh my God.
Dude, this is much better.
Go home, pray to your God.
Go pray to your God and go piss off.
Yeah, he actually said fuck off.
Fuck off. That's right.
Mike and I were talking about this, Fred. I'm still in the realm of Top Gun because let's face it, for our generation, this was just such an epic movie, the first one. But we were talking about how, there's no bigger wacko in life probably than Tom Cruise.
Oh,
But
it's Scientology bullshit.
I love him in every role. I can't think of a role in a movie that I haven't said he's freaking awesome.
What was that one movie where it starts out he was like a motivational speaker or something? I didn't get through the whole movie, but he was like, I don't know. He's talking about basically being.
Was it Tropic Thunder?
No.
And he was like, and he was bald.
No, I don't remember the name of the movie.
Eyes Wide Shut.
No, he was like a motivational speaker, and he was talking about basically how men need to take what's theirs and blah blah blah. And I couldn't get through it. That's the only movie of his that I didn't like. But Mission Impossible movies, fucking epic.
Listen, start naming them. Just I'll start out. We'll go around the table. Fred next to you, then you as the anchor, and keep going. All the right moves.
Yeah, excellent.
Fred.
Classic. What about you, Freddie?
The Outsiders.
Oh.
Yeah, nice one. Jerry Maguire. Fucking great movie.
You know how I know you're gay? You know how I know you're gay?
That's a great movie.
It's a chick flick. It's a chick flick, but it's good.
Oh, okay, Mr. Downton Abbey.
Well,
yeah.
Downton Abbey is
yeah, right.
Jesus Christ. I mean, Jerry Maguire, Downton Abbey. Come on.
I went and saw the new movie.
You would. Oh gosh.
Oh
You better check your man card, bro.
Well, it is Pride Month.
Let me just say, A Few Good Men.
Oh shit! You stole mine, fucker.
Cocktail.
Cocktail's pretty good.
Yeah.
Shit! I don't remember the name of the racing movie. What was the racing movie?
Days of Thunder.
Yes, Days of Thunder.
Taps.
Nice. It's beautiful, man.
I mean, where does a guy have such a small role and almost steal the film other than Few Good Men when Jack does it?
Yeah. What about speaking of guys that steal the show, Val Kilmer in Tombstone?
Right.
Yeah, hey, when he has the cup, he's doing the cup.
Oh yeah. Fucking awesome, dude.
Interview with a Vampire.
Oh, great movie.
Was that good?
Yes. I loved it.
But
really?
But his role, he played.
Well, I mean, I already mentioned it, but before you started, Mission Impossible movies are awesome. Come on.
I haven't seen one of them.
Are you
Vanilla
shitting me?
Sky.
No.
Vanilla Sky. Jeez, man, you're pulling shit out of your ass.
God.
What is that? I think we should stop now.
Well, because I say Vanilla Sky. Why does it always have to end with me? Why does it always have to end with me?
Risky Business.
Oh, yeah. We were talking about that the other night. I mentioned Risky Business.
Risky Business is a great movie.
Yeah. So the point I think that you're trying to make is, or one of the things that we talked about, is people get so hung up on the person, like what they do personally in their life, and they can't separate like the art from the person. Like Michael Jackson, right? He allegedly, he was accused of raping kids and stuff, but does that mean we can't listen to his music anymore? Or, and just like Tom Cruise is a Scientologist and everybody thinks it's a cult, and I think it's a cult as well, but I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit what he does. And
it's amazing what society wants you to shun.
Yeah.
Well, like Mike said, though, can't we separate the art from the person?
Should we? I mean, I guess there's different levels of it, right?
Oh, here's a great movie, Collateral.
I don't even remember that one.
Jamie Foxx is the taxi driver, and he's the assassin, and he has to drive them all around.
I don't remember it.
Oh my God!
How about The Firm?
The Firm.
Good call.
Great movie.
Another good movie.
That's so. Mike's right. Our point is that, I mean, we don't know him personally, so we don't know. It's all hearsay. Scientology. I'm sure he is. I'm sure he's a wacko. He gives all kinds of money. He does. Who knows? He's chopping
He's
up
second in
goats.
command there.
second in command chopping up goats in the middle of the night in a black robe. I don't know, and I don't care. I just know that I love his movies, and I love him in his movies. How is a guy so weird, maybe in his personal life, but he relates so much to us that he emulates our life so well on a camera?
All the Right Moves is such a great movie and so underrated.
So, and he's done it in our generational times, right? When we were in high school, he
Sure.
was in high school. When he
Born
was
on the 4th of July.
born on the Academy Award, right?
Well, I don't know if he won it, but he was nominated.
He was nominated. His real birthday is July 3rd, by the way.
Mhm.
I just noticed.
Nice. Oh, you're Googling him?
No, I saw something like
That's how he's getting all the movies.
No.
Fred's
no.
got
I
him
saw-
memorized, and you're
No.
Googling.
I just, hey, listen, I like Tom Cruise movies. I don't know what it
Well,
is.
why don't you marry him?
Well, I could,
Hey,
and then
3rd grade called Mike and they want their joke back. Why don't you marry him?
It's still funny though. You laugh.
I agree.
if we don't consummate, can I still take half? Well, no, I'd have to be like probably a 16th.
Well, I mean, him and
He
Nicole
gives so
Kidman
much to
never did.
Scientology.
So, I mean,
And or Katie Holmes.
yeah, Katie Holmes. I mean, they never
Yeah.
did, and they got money from him. So, give it your best shot. You maybe
Never know.
you never know. You
just-
might bag them, literally bag them.
I love the fact that he gives a lot of money to a charitable organization like Scientology.
Yeah, so they can
Oof.
avoid paying taxes. Oh, that's another topic. Churches don't pay taxes. Come on, man. What is up with that?
All right,
What
well,
is up with them?
we can't get into the holy roller bullshit. Let's
Yeah, we can.
Oh.
with
Oh,
you
go
two,
deep, Mike. Go deep.
with
Go
you
deep.
two, we can go. Let's go. You holy roller Bible thumpers. Yeah, right. Whatever.
Whatever.
All right. So this is a little segue from the Top Gun. And I was telling Rob that we went to see it. And the inevitable happened. It's like a running joke in my family that it doesn't matter where I sit in the movie theater. There's always somebody either sitting right next to me or right behind me that talks through the whole fucking movie.
Oh my
Every
God.
time. I stopped going to the movies for quite some time because, well, A, my family didn't want me to go because wherever I sat, somebody's talking behind me and I would just get fucking livid, absolutely livid. So I stopped going because I couldn't enjoy it. Like I hear people talking or whatever during the movie and it's all I can focus on. I mean, it could be the loudest fucking movie on the planet and you could feel the bass thumping in your chest and it's just loud as fuck. And I can hear people behind me talking through the movie. It fucking drives me nuts. Someone was doing it, an older couple behind us was doing it, talking through the whole thing. I'll give you an example, and it's just stupid shit. So one of the scenes, the guy is like, well, they should put their helmet back on, it's cold. I'm like, what?
We'll set up the scene. It's kind of set up.
No,
the
I
scene.
can't tell him the scene because
you just say like they were out like stranded in the middle of the frozen tundra.
okay, so they're stranded outside, it's snowing, it's cold, and this fucking chowderhead behind me says, oh, they should put their helmets on, it's really cold out. I'm like, what? Why the fuck? You can think that.
Why didn't you just turn around and say, will you just shut the fuck up?
because
Or
Don't
can you
up,
shut
my
that
boyfriend's
hole
gonna
underneath your
pummel you.
nose?
I'll explain why, because there was a even worse incident that Tammy still is embarrassed about to this day. Okay, this is the story I told Rob.
This is my
he just
favorite.
about pissed his pants. Okay, so years ago, I took Tammy to the gloriously restored Pantages Theater in Toronto to see the Phantom of the Opera. Right? Remember that commercial? But anyway.
Yeah.
So it's the first time that Tammy and I had been anywhere since, we had kids and we hadn't really gone anywhere without the kids. My mom and dad watched the kids. We went for a weekend to Toronto. And coincidentally, it was the weekend that, what the fuck's that movie now? Good Will Hunting came out. So we saw that the day it premiered. Fucking awesome movie. But
Great movie.
anyway, the next day we go to Phantom of the Opera, right? And it's just Tammy and I. right behind us, and we were kind of sitting kind of not necessarily nosebleeders, but we were kind of back away. So there wasn't a ton of people there for whatever reason. I don't know why, but I spent like $200 a piece on these tickets. They weren't cheap. So
Right.
we go to the theater. We're sitting there. Behind us, there's 4 couples behind us from Canada, because I can tell by their accent that they're fucking chowderheads from Canada. But anyway, so this woman sitting directly behind me kept telling me, she saw it 7 times. How do I know that? Because she kept saying it and kept saying during the show, like, oh, this is my favorite part. Watch this, my favorite. That loud during the whole fucking thing. And I don't know if you've seen Phantom of the Opera, but it's not that loud. Most of the scenes are not loud. When he's singing and stuff, it gets louder, but most of it's pretty quiet. And that's how she's talking behind me. And I'm coming out of my skin. I'm so mad. I'm just seeing red. Everything is just, I'm not in it at all.
And Tammy knows this, right?
Oh yeah. Tammy kept tugging on my arm, on my shirt. Don't you dare say anything. I'm like, I'm just going fucking bananas. Don't you embarrass me. She kept doing that. You know how they do when they do it under with their teeth clenched. Don't you dare embarrass me. Like, yeah, that's what she was doing, right? So it was out of control. And so it got to the first intermission. I think there was only one intermission. But anyway,
yeah, there was.
Okay. So it got the intermission. And I'm like, and the 4 couples behind us got up and went out to do whatever. I was so mad. I was like, fuck, I don't even want to see these people. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. Right. Cause I was so mad. I think Tammy went out and came back in, but anyway, they come back and there's this thing they have in Canada. They call them wine gums. They're like gummy candy, but they're made with wine. So they have like some kind of alcohol in it or whatever. They're in a bag that's like the Boston baked beans or the burnt peanuts, you know, that thick cellophane, really fucking loud, like louder than potato chip bags.
Right.
How do I know this? Because all of them fuckers behind me had them, and we're eating them during the thing, and that's all I could fucking hear was this. And finally, I lost it. I just totally fucking lost it. I stood up. Now, mind you, 4 couples, so 4 guys. I'm there by myself with Tammy. And I turned around, I looked at the lady and I said, could you please shut the fuck up? I spent like $200 on these tickets. I want to hear the fucking show. I don't want to hear you anymore. And I looked down the line at all of these fuckers. And then I turned around and sat down. And I'm thinking, oh, here it comes. Somebody's going to throw something at me, or they're going to come at me. I told Rob, one of these guys would have came at me, I would have tore all 4 of their fucking heads off. I was that mad. And I think they saw the crazy in my eyes when I fucking was talking to them. So it was about 2 minutes later, I hear them like kind of, whispering, rustling or whatever. They all 4 couples got up and left. And when they started walking out, the people behind me are all fucking clapping. Everybody around me clapping. I just couldn't fucking believe it. So this happens every time I go somewhere. So moral of the story, do not go to a movie or anything that's even semi-quiet with me. You can go to a concert because it's loud enough and people are still fucking talking and shit, but don't ever go to a movie with me.
Rob, we're going to go to a movie with Mike. I'm going to sit behind him. You're going to sit next to him.
I get it though. I really, as I get older,
I'll just keep kicking your seat.
I have no tolerance for people anymore. I really don't. The stuff that pisses me off now is ridiculous. And I know what he was saying when he said, those bags that are really loud.
Oh yeah.
I know once at the Boston Bakery, I would be the same way. Like that would drive me nuts. Hearing that every time, I'd be like, mother touches that bag one more time, I'm gonna grab that bag and shove it down their throat.
I also told, has this ever happened to you? I told them this story. We took the girls to see Nanny McPhee when it came out. They were younger, so we took all the girls to see it. I'm sitting in the theater, and there's an empty seat next to me, and then there's an older guy sitting, the very next seat, and his wife. Middle of the movie, probably 25 minutes in. fucking cell phone rings as loud as the ringer will go. Okay.
Oh, this is the funniest.
As loud as it will go. Does he try to shut it off? No. He answers the phone. Hello?
In the theater.
Hello? Yeah, I can't hear you. I'm in a movie. I can't hear you. Oh, okay. And he keeps going. And I'm looking at him, and he's not seeing me. So I lean over, get about this far from his fucking face. And he looks at me, and he gives me the look like, what do you want, asshole? I said, I pointed at out the aisle, and I said, go take your call outside. What the fuck? And my Tammy's like, I swore, and the kids are all there. That wasn't good. I was so mad. I was like, take it outside. And he looks at me like I'm an asshole. And he stands up, and him and his wife walk out, and they don't come back. Same thing happened. People started clapping that I said something. So I'm that guy that says something when a lot of people just sit there and take it. I ain't fucking taking it.
Out of the ladies that listen to this, our three listeners like Mish Smith and Lisa Wayburn and Ruth. It seems like women get mad at us for standing up and doing this stuff, but really, I mean, it's required.
They get mad, but deep down they said, they probably wish that they had the balls to do it.
Well, I think they want everybody to be happy and calm, but like there's some stupid assholes out there that will do shit like this, and you have to call them on their idiocy or it just keeps going.
People walk into a building or a store and they don't hold the door open for the person behind them. Even like if I see a woman coming, I step out, open the door, let her go in, and then I go in.
Right.
There's people that will open the door like just enough for themselves to get in, and it slams me. It's before the door hits. I say thank you. It's why? What?
Because it's all about them.
I'd like to hear from the ladies what they think.
I will tell you right now. When I was down in Florida, the day after my dad's surgery, and he was, resting over at his place, I went over to the pool area, and and I'd go and get myself something to drink, and I'll be a woman either walking in or come out, and I'd hold the door open, and I must have got so many looks like, oh my God, chivalry still lives in this world. Thank you very much. I've always held the door for women coming in or out. It's just what you're supposed to do.
And if you speak out or you do, then people look at you like that even boils my blood even more. They look at you like you're the asshole. Like, no, I'm not the asshole in this equation. You're the asshole. I'm trying to cancel you out from being an asshole. It's crazy. It just drives me fucking mad.
I mean, I remember going to a bar, and we were walking out, and this guy started talking to Nancy, and he was hitting on her, and she kept on, and he called her a fucking bitch.
Oh God.
Wrong thing to do. Dude, I grabbed this guy and pinned him up against the wall. I mean, and I said, who the fuck do you think you're talking to? And of course, he was not Caucasian. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he was not sober. He was poo-pooed or something.
Well, I'm sure he had some drinks, but the thing is he didn't have 2 seconds before, because she walked away. He grabbed her ass, and then
what?
And then she swatted his hand, and he called her that. And before he could get the last words out of his mouth, he was already pinned up against the wall with my elbow in his throat.
You Will Smith them, huh?
Well, no, there was no slapping. That was literally, I mean, pinned up against the wall. I mean, his eyes got about that big.
Will Smith them.
And I mean, Nancy and her friend and her husband pulling me away, and it took them plus one of the bouncers to get me away from him.
Wow.
You don't-
I've
you don't
been
pull
pretty
that
brazen
bullshit.
in life, but I've never grabbed a woman's butt in public. I
No.
never have done that. And I've done some pretty brazen things in my life, but I've
Yeah.
never
Well,
done
I'll tell you what, I don't care if it's Nancy, Taylor, Caitlin, Kendra, Lauren, my sister, anybody fucks with any of the girls that I know in my family, you're in a world of hurt. I'll come after you.
Rob, you didn't even grab your own wife's ass in public.
I didn't. Maybe that's why I'm divorced. I don't know. Maybe
Well,
I don't know.
You know when I know you're gay? When you don't grab your wife's ass in public.
In public. Well, I just love that story, like the phone one, because I kept saying to Mike, "You're making that up." He's
People
like, "I am
people
not
just
making-"
don't they just don't. Again, as I mentioned twice in this show so far, you can't fix stupid.
You can't. Hey, Rob, I got a question for you. What's the latest on Arch Manning?
Oh, fuck.
Archie
Shut
Manning
up,
is-
you fucking asshole.
What? So, Fred, you're our sports guy here. For the
I could
show.
care less about Arch Manning.
What about
What-
CJ Carr? He might be going to Notre Dame.
Well, how about that?
How about that?
But I don't get the Archie Manning thing. I look at 247. I don't even see him in the top 4 of quarterbacks. But it seems like everybody's saying
It's
that he's
because
the
of his name, and every time you go on Facebook and you go into the news and you get to the sports section part, you always see the picture of his fat face with a baseball cap on. And I'm like, what? I don't give a fuck about this guy. He ain't gonna be shit.
Fred,
I'm calling it right now. He will not be shit.
Yeah. he
Fred,
will.
what's going on? I saw a blurb come by my Gmail news thing or Google News that somehow Elway had a chance to buy into the new ownership group and may have missed out on 900 million for himself.
Well, he tried to get involved, but he was
Oh,
too
he
late.
tried.
And
It was
first
too
of all,
late.
there's only 2 franchises in sports history that's worth 4.5 billion, and that is the
And
Yankees,
that's not one of them.
and that's the Yankees and the Cowboys. That's it.
That's not, well, maybe
It.
Manchester United.
Well, I don't count. Soccer is a communist sport, so I don't even count it.
It's a communist sport.
That's what. Hey, ask my dad. Hey, what's soccer? Yeah, communist sport.
Jeez.
Yeah, soccer. Okay, you could throw that in there too, but in America,
The wings would be 4 billion, right? Just underneath the.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Because right now, because they were talking about that on the fan the other day, and Valeni was saying that someone should somebody just call up Chris Ilitch and offer him $3 billion for the Tigers just to get rid of his ass, so this team can actually go out
Perform.
and spend some money.
Yeah.
Well, everybody says that about the Lions too. So
Oof.
I'm still
9 wins, baby.
optimistic on the Lions.
9
I'm
wins,
optimistic.
you're saying 9 now?
9 wins.
I said 8.
Oh, you said 8?
I
I
said
thought you said
8.
less than. I thought you
No,
said 7 last time. No. Wow.
No, I think I said 8. He said 9.
Wow.
I said
Win
8,
the division. He said win the
8
division.
or 9 wins. I said.
And win the
Okay.
division.
Because I thought Rob was the highest, then you, Fred, and then Chris, and then I was.
No, I was the highest.
Okay.
Rob was the second highest. And the thing is it's funny because I keep getting these articles sent to me with all these sports analysts from all over the country, and they're
Analysts.
all on the friggin' Lions winning 8 or 9 games.
No way.
And I'm like, and the funny thing is every time somebody brings that up, I just sit there and go, I can hope and pray that it's like that, but it's not going to happen.
ESPN will be calling me up because they're going to have 5 wins, and they'll be like, "Fuck, this guy knows more than all these fuckers on the NFL panel here."
Well,
No,
listen,
they won't call me.
I'm basing my 8 wins on absolutely no knowledge of the Lions. no, knowledge of actually the sport in general.
Oh,
No
Rob,
real
that's
criteria.
that's a crock of shit, Rob.
You know what I'm
You know all about
it's-
the Lions. You
No.
know all about the NFL. You
It really is just a guess and a hope, because deep down I am a Lions fan, just like all the millions of Lion fans around Detroit, and they want to, and they're great fans. But can you imagine if they had 9 wins and they won the division this year? Everybody says, well, the place go nuts if they won a Super Bowl. The place will go nuts if they win the division.
I'm just telling you right now, if they ever won a Super Bowl, you might as well shut this state down for at least 5 days afterwards.
Well, yeah, because they'll make Michigan State couch burning look like a fucking walk in the park.
What would they burn? You can't do a couch. That's Michigan
No,
State's.
the question to ask is, what won't they burn?
They burn.
What will survive the after party? Maybe the Ren Sen will survive.
No, the only thing that'll survive is the Dollar Generals.
They're like cockroaches.
Right.
Cockroaches and Keith Richards.
And Dollar Generals.
How could the Lions be so bad for so long? How?
I don't know.
Well,
I mean,
well, first of all, ownership, too much loyalty to the people that they brought in to coach these teams, and poor decision making when it comes to the draft.
Poor decision making.
Yeah,
how about they get rid of Jim Caldwell, and he was at what 9-7 last year, and that's not good enough? Are you shitting me?
They haven't had 9 wins collectively in the last couple.
They haven't had 9 wins since Christ was a carpenter. Let's be honest.
No, I mean, if you took the last 3 years and total up all their wins, it's 9. It's like 9.
Wait, no, half. 9.5. Remember, they had a tie last year.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what fucked them on the first pick.
It's like, well, they fired him. They said, well, we'll get to 9 wins in the next 3 years.
Well, the good thing is they might have gotten fucked on the first pick, but they got the right pick.
Yes.
I don't think Trayvon Walker's gonna be.
That's I
Especially
told
in
you guys
Jacksonville.
this before the draft, and I stuck to it the day of the draft. If they weren't going to draft Hutchinson to see if he was available, I was done with the fucking Lions, and that's the God's honest truth.
Well, let me ask
Mike,
you
I have something coming in the mail for you too, by the way.
Let me ask you both
Oh,
this. Even if Trayvon Walker has a little better career, or even a much better career than Hutchinson, but Hutchinson still has a great career, Hall of Famer. Don't you say it's okay, because even if Trayvon Walker became better in the NFL in all intents and purposes, didn't they make the right decision because he's homegrown?
Yeah.
The fans really wanted him. I feel the fans are going to rally around him. I bet you see more Aiden Hutchinson jerseys in the next 2 years than you see of any other player on that team.
I hope so. Yeah, they made the right choice for all those reasons. Absolutely. I mean, you got to give the fans something, and the fans were clamoring for it. I mean, if they didn't, it would have been and they've made some all-time stupid moves that would have been very near the top.
Right. Well, here's the thing. The reason why I give them hope too is they finally made that move where, okay, they made the trade and they traded back up into the first round, and then they got their elite wide receiver. So, I mean, you got the best defensive player in the draft, and you got the best offensive player in the draft. And the funny part about it is you right now you're hearing all these stories from OTAs like Trayvon Burks leaving in the middle of the first practice because he's out of shape and he's got asthma. Oh, now you're covering for him.
Seattle's number 1 pick holding out.
You got DK Metcalf, who was the first round pick 2 years ago for Seattle. He wants more money off of his rookie contract. You got Drake London, who, for all intents and purposes, he got hurt last year. So they don't even know if he's going to be able to, start, the beginning of preseason.
You know who he's talking about, Mike? That's the kid out of USC.
Yeah. Yep.
So I got to tell you this. Notre Dame, without Kyle Hamilton in a year and a half, they shut him down anyway. I don't think everybody was so hot on Drake London. I don't know. He's undersized. He's really skinny. He's a great route runner.
He's 6'4".
Fast. He's tall, so he goes up and high points the ball. But a lot of times he doesn't come down with the ball because.
But again, you're playing the Pac-12 too.
Him over. So
Pac-12's weak.
And the Pac-12's weak in competition. I really think that, and despite what we've said about all of the unsuccessful Alabama receivers and quarterbacks and running backs, I still think Fred's right. They probably got the best offensive player in the draft.
Not to mention, now let's remember, the wide receiving core that's come out of Alabama has actually been good. You got Julio Jones, you got Kelvin Ridley.
Julio Jones is 15 years ago.
Well, but I know, but then you got Kelvin Ridley. Even though you don't want to make a bet for you, you have the Jerry Judy. You have
they're talented.
You got
the problem is
Heisman Trophy winners.
They can't stay on the field.
Smith in Philadelphia. But you're right. As far as the running backs are concerned, the only one that's really done anything as far as running backs are concerned are Mark Ingram and Derrick Henry. All the other ones have kind of fizzled out.
Henry's a beast, though, man.
Oh,
he is.
But it took him a while, though.
Yeah.
The first couple of years, I thought he was a bust, and all of a sudden, he finally figured it out. Speaking of running backs, have you guys seen any pictures of Deandre Swift lately?
He's a monster, man.
Really?
Hey, not mention the fact that Deuce Staley says, "Hey, you got to learn how to play hurt, son." He goes, "There's a difference between being injured and hurt. You need to start." He goes, "It's time for you to grow a pair and start playing." So, from what I'm understanding, that some of these injuries he's had, he could have played through some of them.
Well, and what do you think about the strength and conditioning coaches the Lions have had the last couple of years?
The new one,
issues with that.
They fired all of them, and they got a new guy, and he's been phenomenal. He is just, a
bear
chiseled.
Yeah.
He looks like a Greek god.
Well, he was a great pick. Hawkinson, I think, was a good pick. We talked about the pass receiver.
Sewell was a great pick. Sewell was a great pick.
Talent.
Obviously, Amon-Ra St. Brown was a great pick.
Great pick.
Jonah Jackson's a good pick. As much as I hate to say it, Taylor Decker was a good pick. But
what do you think about it's hard to judge Okudah until he's actually healthy and has a chance.
Well, if you have a pass rush, then and he's still getting burned the way he was, then excuse me, then they've already shut down the idea of making him a safety. They were just talking about it the other day.
Yeah, he's kind of small for a safety, isn't he?
It's size for safety. It's about being a ball hawk and being able to read things.
Hit hard.
Yeah. He doesn't look like the type. Now, if you wanted a safety, I would have got somebody like Lewis Seen from Georgia. He would have been the guy to get, but he ended up in Minnesota. Unfortunately for him, that team's a dumpster fire.
Corner to safety is a hard transition. A lot of people think it's not. I think the only one that I can really point to that I thought could have made that transition just because of his skill set and his physical ability would have been Charles Woodson.
Oh yeah, no question.
He was a corner that liked to lay the wood.
Yeah,
that's what she said.
Yep, that's what she said.
I knew I'd tee that up for you, Mike.
Yeah.
Hey, do we have any questions from Ruth or from Lisa Wayburn Sanger or anybody? No,
but not lately.
Good job on the guest last week, Fred. He was awesome.
Yeah, Chris
I
is a
like
great
that
guy.
dude. Yeah.
Unfortunately, Paul couldn't come on this week. His father just recently passed away,
Oh,
and
know.
yeah, and and he was trying to take care of some stuff. He's going to be on he'll be on next week.
Okay.
Jamie McDowell said he can't do it until like sometime in July because his company is being sold off in Chicago, and he's part of the
Yeah.
this
Transition.
the transitioning.
Tell these
up
guys
here.
we don't need excuses. We get it. This show
Yeah,
sucks.
oh yeah,
You
it's
know,
totally
nobody
cool.
should want to come on here.
Obviously Dave Swantek from Two Rivers Winery, he's totally on board. He'll probably come on the week after Paul. And I'm trying to reach out to Corey Ames and the rest of the guys that are involved with Gourds. I thought we could get them all on one show and do about a half an hour with them, just and then praising them and thanking them for not letting that place be
Go away.
destroyed.
Hey, Mike, what
Yeah.
was your favorite part of the interview last week with our guest?
Oh boy.
I liked him. I really liked the guy.
He's super humble, and I like the fact that he basically gave all the credit to his brothers and his dad.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
I think there was even a little part where I think that he had to gather himself a little bit because he started talking about his dad a little bit.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that though.
Yeah, his dad is a class dude, and I mean, like I said, Mike, very humble group of people, very very similar to your family when they have get-togethers and playing music and doing sing-alongs and things like that. And like I said, I've known Chris for a very long time. We played ball together. We've ran into each other at concerts. I think we're and Mike, you're more than welcome to go. We're gonna, I think we're gonna try to go see Derek St. Holmes at the Token Lounge
When is that?
in August.
Okay.
And thinking about going to see Richie Kotzen too.
So Derek St. Holmes is with somebody else at
Yeah,
playing?
with an opening act. Yeah.
No, but there was somebody who's fairly
Pretty
famous.
good.
Yeah. I don't remember who.
Well,
it was.
I like the fact that every guest we've brought on thus far, even Coach Ron, who took a little bit to warm up, they become one of us right off the bat. Like they joke around, they get our sick, morbid sense of humor. They, everybody's just coming on and just kind of made the 3 a 4, like a perfect 4, right? I mean, not beat every one of them. So,
I totally agree. I mean, obviously, Lisa and Jeff and Jeff being on twice, coming in and filling in when Chris couldn't do it that day. I think a lot of Chris texted me like the next day and thanked me like 5 times in a text, saying, "Hey, thanks for having me on. I had a really good time. If you ever want me back on again, I'd love to come on. Maybe
nice.
we can do something live, and he just said, "Hey, really appreciate it. Thanks for promoting local music." And even Jamie McDowell from Alter Ego, who I told you might not be able to do it until like July or August. He even said, "Hey, great idea promoting local music and giving kudos to the people that make hardly any money but love to entertain people with live music."
Well, I got this request sent to me after the Lisa Wayburn show, and I forgot to open it up and read it, but I'll read it to you guys. It says, this came in right after. It said, "Guys, I really love the show with Lisa Wayburn Sanger. I would suggest that you 3 fuckers stay off and just let her do the show by herself." So that's coming in.
Who sent that to you? Your son or something?
Joe Biden.
My ex.
Could have been Glenn.
Yeah.
Hey, I think we talked about this off air after that show, which I think we should get to re-engage with Lisa, because we've made fun a couple times about millennials here, but all three of us love being around youthful people. We feed off their energy. We know that they're great. We watch the development of young people, and the girls, her twin girls, wanted to come on the show, and I think we should entertain that here in the future at some time, because
I think we could bring them on, and either Taylor or Caitlin would probably do
yeah.
the show for sure.
Yeah, I think it would be
Try to get one of
awesome.
my daughters to do it. They'll probably be like, nah, I don't know, Dad.
I think
Your
Allie
daughters
would
are
do
too
it. I think
smart.
Allie would do it.
Yeah, Bella might do it. Laney might. Hell, I'd try to get all three of them on. What the hell?
Right. And, we'll just talk about, what it was like in high school, from our time to their time, and, maybe their college experiences, and, it might be some benefit to help the Sanger twins, moving forward, going to, moving into college life next year.
Well, because
give them a
we
chance
know
to give them a chance to defend themselves from Rob's onslaught against the
well,
millennials.
and we know that because all the girls that we're talking about, 5, 6, 7 of them, they're all been raised right. They're great young adults and people, and I think it would be nice to have them on to show. I mean, there are millennials out there that totally get it, right? They really get and understand. If they started a job, they would work hard, provide good customer service.
Yep.
Talking to the one Sanger girl, I really felt that after that show. She was cute, bubbly, engaging with us. She, I think she would just resonate well.
Right.
I think she would do a good job.
And just to let you know, I did get a confirmation. Tim McConnell wants on.
Nice.
Oh, Timmy.
Timmy's on.
Get the band back together, motherfuckers.
Yes.
That'll be awesome.
Let's go get the Michelob Light and the Swisher Sweets. Here we go.
Oh, listen, the stories that I'm going to have Timmy bring up is Fred, Timmy, and I playing chase through the streets of Marine City in our vehicles.
Oh yeah.
I can't believe we did that shit back then.
Oh, and got away with it. I don't know.
And I can't believe we didn't kill him.
But I will tell you right now, the story that I'm going to tell about Tim McConnell, I'm not going to say it tonight, because if he ends up watching this, he knows it's coming.
Don't.
I'll tell you guys off the cuff.
Okay.
And for you people listening, I'm sorry. You're just gonna have to wait until he's on.
Teaser.
You're such a tease, Fred. That's what that's about you.
Yes. I know you're gay because you're a teaser.
You're such a tease.
Teaser. Pride Month.
All right. Is that a wrap, guys?
I think that's a wrap, boys.
That's a wrap.
Hey, guys, let's not forget. Hey, if you guys like the show, please hit the subscribe button. We love to. We've seen a uptick in our subscriptions, so we appreciate that. If you like the show,
43.
We got 2 more.
Yeah, give us a thumbs up if you like. Hey, feel free to throw some questions or throw some comments down at the bottom of the show as well. Remember, we're on
shade at us. That's what we really need. We
What's
thrive
that?
on that shit. Throw some shade at us.
Yeah.
That's what we really need.
Throw some shade so we can come back at you.
Yeah, we love that.
Should have given you enough material to throw some shade at us.
Right.
That's for sure.
All right. Okay.
Hey, Mike.
Yo.
Just you're our IT guy. Just any demographics, data, or analytics on storming the Elginak market, especially after the last show. Do we got any?
Yeah, I think we did actually pick up a lot of views from Chris being on. A lot of people.
We almost got 200. We're at 193.
Yeah. He promised us 400 though. I'm going to hold him to it. So he better
He
get.
said 400.
Yeah. He said, I'm going to try to get you 400.
Yeah, with a wink.
If he doesn't get it, he owes us a case of Michelob Light.
There you go.
Or he'll probably just come out with a dirty 30.
There you go.
But
Hey.
again, YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the like so you can get notifications. Don't forget to check out our Facebook page, the Idiot Circle. You can always throw questions and ask us questions. If there's topics that you want us to talk about, and also, Mike and I are on Facebook quite a bit. So if you ever want to reach out to us on Messenger, feel free to, let us know how you feel about the show. And if you have any constructive criticism, we're all about that too. So we really appreciate everybody. And hey guys, it was great seeing you. Next time we talk, I will have seen Top Gun Maverick, and we can talk a little bit more in depth about that. But next week, we have Paul Shunk from Paul and Oates coming on. The following week, we're probably going to have Dan Swantek from Two Rivers Winery in Marine City. And then still haven't gotten a full commitment from Eddie Stevens from the Los Gringos. He's been really busy. Man, you should see their schedule. It's ridiculous. But I did sign up for their Facebook page, and I got a shout out from the group. So
nice.
So
look at that, huh?
Yep. So and hey guys, you guys can, if there's anybody like Rob, if there's anybody down your way, or Mike, if you know anybody that you want to get on the show, come on, let's do it, man.
Yeah, we've got to keep up our end. Fred's been doing all the hard lifting.
I know, Fred, you've been doing all the heavy lifting, and quite frankly, I like that.
and don't send Rob a message on Facebook, because it'll just fall into a black hole.
It'll just sit there.
You can actually hear it. But here's
Jimmy Hoffa might answer before Rob does.
And Fred, give us the sound effect of somebody sending a message to Rob on Facebook.
Try that.
There it is.
Why would anybody watch this shit?
Morons.
I know.
We should change it to the moron circle. Jesus Christ, we're bad.
Idiot circle falls off the tongue much easier.
It does.
If you say it 10 times, you're still risking a sprained tongue.
Nice.
Yes.
All right, guys.
All right, boys. Great seeing you. Peace out, everybody.
See ya.